Bullying hurts millions of people every day, including me. The name of my bully is Arclight Phoenix. Arclight Phoenix decks deal up to 10 damage on turn 1, which is hurtful. Something must be done to stop the bullying. Thank you. No more, I say. This abomination already makes up 10% of the modern metagame. Not only is the deck really fast, but there are also very few weaknesses to exploit. For example, Phoenix goes through the graveyard, but graveyard hate doesn't really stop this deck. Cards like Rest in Peace and Relic of Progenitus, they're usually too slow to deal with Phoenix. And even if you do use those sideboard cards, there's Crackling Drake to deal with, which gets buffed by cards in exile. And if they do get a Phoenix out early game, you can use Lightning Bolts to deal with it, but Lightning Bolt isn't good against Thing in the Ice or Crackling Drake because they have toughness of 4. And the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if it got to 20% of the metagame. And the problem is that Phoenix decks are creating a metagame where if your deck is not urethra bleeding fast, it's an uphill battle. So the goal of today's deck, outperform the metagame, but more importantly, we gotta crush some Phoenix decks. So let's take a look at the deck. First of all, Anger of the Gods. Takes out Phoenix, it exiles it, but on top of that, Dredge decks are doing very well right now, and exiling our opponent's creatures is perfect for Dredge. And then the card that's been doing extremely well for us in the last few decks, Chalice of the Void. Very fast metagame, a lot of cards that cost 1. It's definitely the card to be playing right now. We can get Chalice out on turn 1 with Simians and also Caverns. And then there's also Blood Moon. It's not great against red decks, and there are a lot of red decks out there, but it does really well against everything else. So the idea is that we have so many good cards to deal with red decks like Chalice and all these removal cards. So the plan is to use Blood Moon against decks that don't flat out lose to our removal. Speaking of removal, other than Anger of the Gods, we have 3 Damnations, 4 Collective Brutalities. You can also take out instant sorceries from our opponent's hand. Then there's 1 Dreadbore, and also this card here, 3 Cut to Ribbon. For 2 mana, it deals 4 damage to target creature. That's great for Phoenix decks because both Thing in the Ice and Crackling Drake have toughness of 4. And this card is extra good in our deck because Ribbons, when it's in the graveyard, we pay 2 black and X, and our opponent loses X life. We can also put this in the graveyard with Liliana, and also 4 Hazoret. Hazoret is the primary win condition of the deck. Our hand should thin out pretty quickly between the Simians and the Caverns, and the Brutality, which can discard a card, as well as Liliana, so Hazoret can start swinging in pretty early. There's also Chandra to finish things up if Hazoret's not good enough, and as a backup plan, we have this other Liliana. Its ultimate makes a ton of tokens, and as an added bonus, its up ability gives a creature -2, -1. So if a creature has toughness of 5, we can drop it down to 4, hit it with this. But my favorite part of the deck is the sideboard, and my favorite card in the sideboard is Lava Coil. It's a new card from Guilds of Ravnica, and I've found it to be pretty good. 1, it deals 4 damage to target creature, which takes out Thing in the Ice, Drake, and its exile ability takes out Phoenix. But on top of that, like I said, Dredge decks are very big right now. Being able to exile their creature early on before turn 3 is huge. And on top of that, it does well against Hardened Scales Affinity. So against Hangerback Walker, for example, instead of the Walker dying and making tokens, it just goes away. As for the rest of the sideboard, we got 2 by 4s. Takes out a bunch of artifacts, and we can use it with Chalice out. We also have 3 Fulminator Mages. They're there mostly for Tron, but it slows down control decks as well. Then there's Leyline of Sanctity, 4 of them. Stops all the decks that target us, Titan Shift, Ad Nauseam, Storm, decks like that. And also, in case we don't have enough stuff to deal with Phoenix, we have 3 Leyline of the Void. Exiles their graveyard on turn 0, so they can't turn 1 Phoenix. So if all this stuff here isn't enough to crush Phoenix decks, then I don't know, the future of the metagame would be pretty bleak, it looks like. But considering it has an answer for almost every single deck in the metagame, I expect the deck to be just fine. So let's get to that gameplay to find out. But first, here are the deck box winners for today's video. You can win a free deck box of your own if you comment and subscribe. But without further ado, here's a gameplay, and I hope you enjoy. Opening hand, it's not great. We do have a Chalice, so we'll keep. 3 Great Inquisition. Opponent takes the Chalice, and opponent passes back. Pull that, sure, and then pass back. But it fizzles because technically this has converted mana cost 4, I guess. And oh look, a Chalice, but look at this. There's gotta be a Stubborn Denial there. All right, so just pass back. Interesting. Death Shadow, and passes back. Okay. Well, best move here. Gonna be tough either way. I think we gotta go Chalice to try and lock them down here. They bolt themselves, okay. Then it comes down, sure. Man, back to them. At least now they can't play Stubborn Denial. So here we go. Damnation. Pulls all. And pass back to them. Mishra's Bauble. And there's a concede. I mean, for a Death Shadow deck, they're gonna lose. So going into game 2, I'm gonna dump the Anger of the Gods, the 1 Blood Moon, 1 Collective Brutality to put in 6 Ley Lines. And with that, let's go to game 2. All right, let's keep it. Ley Line. And we just gotta figure out, like, what are the odds they have Stubborn Denial? Could be high. Actually, you know what? Safer option. Play that tap. Next turn, we'll have 2 lands. We'll play the Chalice. When they try and Stubborn Denial in response, we shall go Simian Spirit Guide and an Angler. That's pretty good. Hazoret, nice. Okay, we go with the Chalice, and then we pass back. They swing for 5, and they pass back. So best move here, exile Simian Spirit Guide. They can't use Stubborn Denial on us. We'll play the Hazoret. Hazoret can't attack or block, but next turn, it will be fine. There goes Chalice. But I think we're okay, though. I mean, they could counter. I mean, even if they do counter, we still have Hazoret. As long as we use Hazoret defensively, they could have Death Shadow. Gotta be careful about this. We'll figure it out. Street Wraith looks like they're going for it. Or maybe not. They swing for 5, sure. And yep, there it is. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. What to do? They probably have Stubborn Denial. They have a bolt. They can bolt themselves. Yeah. I think he's got to go with Chandra. Oh, and it hits. Then we'll up it, make 2 red. Attempt to hit this. And they could try and bolt themselves. Ooh, what be these? Oh, what the hell? That's a dirty. All right. It's pretty good. So they're going to take game 2. Fair enough. Game 3, is this good enough? We'll give it a shot. Start off with Temple of Malice, bottom that, and pass back. Bobble, Wraith, and Visions. And back in our turn, still nothing. So we'll just pass back. Faithless Looting. And after all that, they pass back. Interesting. Back in our turn, we could go Liliana, but let's go Collective Brutality. We'll drain them, even though it kind of helps them for Death Shadow. So I'm going to try and get Hazoret out soon to block and see if they have Dismember. Thought Scour. Look at all that anti-artifact stuff. So we'll take Stubborn Denial. We'll have to win without Chalice. See, like, everyone's out to bully other people these days. It's like they just can't let us be happy with our chalices, you know what I mean? They have to bring in the anti-artifact cards. Bullying. Back in our turn. Thought they would have made us discard. But best move here, let's go Chandra. Then up. They go to 7, back to them. And Hogan's command, ooh, getting back Angler, sure. But next turn we can make 2 red, play the Hazoret, play whatever we get, hopefully. Faithless Looting. And an Angler. Let's see, so back on our turn. There we go. And look at this. If this is not Muy Grande, then I don't know what is. Liliana, Chandra, make 2 red, and Hazoret. Swing for 5. They have to block because they're at exactly 5. And then back to them. And there's the match. Pretty gangster. All right, so now on to the next one. Opening hand, not good enough. The lands just don't really match, so we're gonna mull. And yep, this is pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Bottom, Temple, bottom. Daddy says I'm the bottom. Sleight of hand is a Storm, probably. Chalice should slow him down a bit. And back to them. Ritual, another ritual. Empty the Warrens. Look at that top deck. Subscribe, bottom. And next turn, yes, tap out. Yes. Oh, yes. That's right. You don't expect this. Boom. Back to them. Play land, back to us. Damnation, play Hazoret, and back to them. Give some given. Shit. Okay, so we'll give them the creatures, even though I kind of suspect something's up in hand. All right, so dump these 2. Let's see what they've got. Electromancer, and they pass back. What do we make of that? So here's a little clever move. Simian into Chandra. Up Chandra for double red, and make a black Dreadbore this hoe, and swing for 5. All right, and back to them. How shall they get out of this one? They might not get out of it. Let's see. Up Chandra. This, nope. Might as well play Simian. Swing for 5. And back to them. And there's the concede. They thought they can get us with Empty the Warrens, but they couldn't. So now on to game 2. So go on to game 2 and dump all this for the ley lines. And with that, let's go to game 2. And I'll leave in the board wipe in case they try anything with Empty the Warrens and stuff. Oh, Nah, we won't be bullied this game. Probably thinking to himself, seems fair. And yeah, land on top. And back to him. 1 land passes back. Is he even trying anymore? We shall see. They might just be, well, we'll see how it plays out. Up, discard, pass back. I haven't actually stuck on 1 land. Ooh, what is this? Ritual? Manamorphose. Electromancer, sure. Empty Warrens? Nope. And there's the concede. So now on to the next one. Opening hand, this is pretty bad. So we're gonna mull. Oh my god. Do we just risk that they're a graveyard deck? Nah, that's kind of dumb. Mull. We'll find a way to make this work. Bottom, play that, pass back. Oh god, if they're Phoenix, oh my gosh, we turned down 2 Anger of the Gods. It's fine though, we're built for it. We came prepared. It's kind of like confronting our bully, you know? It's like we planned for this, we've been thinking about this moment, and now we're finally confronting them, but now it's kind of like, kind of feel, you know, nervous or a little bit scared, but we gotta say enough is enough. Boy, they're not playing anything. Maybe they're not even Phoenix. Maybe they're like through the breach. We'll find out. Play Liliana, discarding, I guess just the Simian. They might just be control. I mean, they discard the land. There's no Phoenix or anything. Wait, Thought Scour. Wait, it is. It's not, it might not be Phoenix, because I know there's variations that don't use Phoenix, but you know, it's basically Phoenix. Let's discard. I'll just dump the graveyard, dude. I could fire for 2. A little bit early for that. They are Phoenix. All right, let's do it. For now, we'll just pass back. They could hit Lily pretty hard. They just play that tap. They must not have had that strong of a hand, because I've never seen a Phoenix deck this slow. All right, pull land, dump the land. Honestly, we're probably just helping them. We'll maximize velocity. That might be an issue. Thought Scour. I mean, they have to have it now. Yeah, Manamorphose, looting. Or maybe he's had it all along, and this whole time he's just been toying with us, because he expects to win. He's used to winning. He's used to destroying everyone, crushing everyone's dreams, but enough is enough. It's Lily for 3. Okay. Collective Brutality. This shall be a risky move, but I'm gonna dump the Damnation, Collective Brutality, taking out the Phoenix, and also discarding a card. Bye Damnation. Oh shit. Oh crap, and they have maximized velocity in graveyard. Oh my god. Well then. Okay, force discard. Man, that Collective Brutality was such a whiff too. We need that Damnation. Next turn will take like 14 probably. And they kind of need to hit Liliana. Okay, this looting. Discards 2 lands. Yeah, 14. But no maximized velocity. So that lets us do this. Sacrifice. Okay, and then pass back. They was looting flashback. Second Arclight Phoenix in the graveyard. Bolt. They just need one more thing. They have the Drake in hand though. So yeah, no Arclight. Oh, land. Shoot. Okay. Gotta be careful. Drake would be a 15-4 right now. Give it haste, 16. Hit them for 3, but now it's pass back. Here comes the Drake. They don't use maximize velocity on it. Interesting. On removal. See you in hell. But how crazy is this though? Like, our whole deck is built at fighting their deck. And even so, we might not win. It's a scary deck. It's scary to play against. Flashback face looting, opt. You might have the Phoenixes. Honestly, I'd rather see Phoenix than the Crackling Drake. Yep. So we got 2 Phoenixes to worry about now. Manamorphose. Manamorphose times 3. This is what I'm talking about. Like, they're down to 14 cards in their deck. We have 47 more cards in our deck. It's too strong. It's too strong. We go to 11. Back to us. Oh my god. Well, not going great. We could hit them for 4 to 5, but instead we'll just play this. And back to them. Thing in the ice. Faithful looting. Another Arclight. I doubt they have a card to play. Oh my gosh. So they use maximize velocity on this, pumping it to 4, swinging for 7. Go to 4. Well, we kill one of them, put us down to 1 after they swing. Yeah. I don't know if this is sad or funny. Yeah, hit that. It can still cause us to flip. Actually, we do have another maximize velocity here. Manamorphose. No. Okay. So we'll pass back. But honestly, all they need is a bolt or opting into non-creature spell to flip this. Ooh, and they don't flip it. Praise Jesus. We live to see another day. Wow. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this bullying here. They had the bolt. They could have played to flip it, but they're just like, nah, I don't need it. Made us think that we had another shot, and it's like, bullying. It's bullying. But it's time for the bullying to stop. No more games for them. Oh god, that's really embarrassing though. Okay, we've been going into game 2. We're dumping our Blood Moons, the Lilianas, and we're bringing in the 3 Leyline of the Voids and the 3 Lava Coils. And if that's not enough, then I don't even know anymore. I just don't know. So we're going to game 2. Opening hand, this be bad. We get a mole. Not crazy, but we'll keep it. We have so many good cards in our deck that it's like how can we not draw a good card, you know? I mean, that's how, but all right, play that, pass back. Lava Coil, cool. Chalice, they might have counter. I doubt it. They won't have counter. Probably see an opt, yep. And then pass back. Opponent plays land, passes back. Collective Brutality. Yeah, so see what's in their hand. Pick away slowly. Crackling Drake, 2 duds and a Manamorphose. We're gonna take the Manamorphose. Gotta watch out for that Drake though, but we'll be okay. Opponent passes back. Back on turn that. They probably didn't draw anything. So Collective Brutality. Nah, I'm just gonna pass back. We're just lying in wait, waiting for the tables to turn. And turn they shall. And there's Drake. Oh, they got us. They beat our Chalice. They're thinking, oh, they thought they had me, but I got an out. But guess what? Eat our Lava Coil just like we ate your mama's ass. I guess we didn't really need to exile it. Probably should say that for the Phoenix, but you know, I just got so caught up in the moment. All right, Collective Brutality. Take Manamorphose. Yeah, I don't really know why I used Lava Coil there. I was just so excited to see it that I'm just like, we have to play this. Okay, back on our turn. Land. Now just wait. Bolt into nothing. Probably trying to set up for another Drake. Manamorphose. Monastery, but okay. Interesting. Another land. All right. Back to them. They play land, pass back. We draw land, play that, scry at least. Anger of the gods. We probably should be looking for Hazoret or Chandra, but we have to ask ourselves, like, what's more important, winning or crushing their hopes and dreams? We keep that on top. We have our priorities straight. Back on our turn. Anger of the gods. Might as well check out their hand, I guess. Yeah, I should have assumed there's nothing. Okay, dump that. And then back to them. Just kind of feels a little weird not doing anything. Oh, thing in the ice. Oh, he doing it. He doing the maximize velocity. He's like, I still found it out. But guess what? No. Wait, it's blocking the view. No. Isn't this fun? I think the lesson learned here is that bullying is great as long as you're bullying a bully, which now that I say it doesn't really make sense, but kind of makes sense. Anyway, for now, let's use the graveyard thingy, aftermath for 5, and back to them. Opt, back to us. Land, back to them. I feel like this is kind of like therapy for him, because like, how many people has he made cry, you know? Every time they play against a Phoenix deck, do you think they're happy? No. That's like years of therapy they'll need from that. Every Phoenix deck someone plays is like 10 years of therapy. And cool, we got Chandra. So we'll play that, up it, and back to them. Phoenix, oh, they got us. He going after the Chandra. He's beating the system, but guess what? No one beats the system. Anger at the gods. Fun times. Okay, best move here. Up Chandra. Chalice. Ooh, kind of want that. Nah, we don't need it. Play the Hazoret. We'll hit our own Hazoret and then swing for 5. Back to them. Bot scour into nothing. Back to us. There's a concede. See, we're making progress. The bully is slowly starting to learn their evil ways. Opening hand, it's not too bad. Anger of the gods, Lava Coil. But I think we can do better. Let's mole. Yee, that's risky. We'll try it. Oh, why can that be in hand? Okay, bottom. We really need a land. Monastery. Come on, land. Please. Okay, it's good. It's decent. Not the land I wanted, but whatever. Back to them. Manamorphose. Bot scour. Looking for that Arclight. No Arclight, though. Oh, okay. Still no Arclight. Oh, okay. All right, nah. Still pretty nervous here. Let's go Chalice. I could have a Braid. I don't know. I mean, we gotta win. Manamorphose. And there isn't a Braid. All right, it's okay though. We got a second one. Faithless Looting. Swing for 4. Go to 11. Spirit Guide. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's go Chalice again, and then pass by. This land's kind of screwing us over. Need that double red. Opt just to buff Monastery. They're just going for it. Monastery swings for 2. Easy. So we could Collective Brutality. All 3 modes. Let's Collective Brutality. Bit risky, but I'm just gonna use 2 modes. Looking at their hand, he'll likely save Monastery. All right, whatever. We'll walk into this one. Yep, they spell Pierce to buff. I mean, we knew it was coming, but we forced it at least. My gosh. Of all the things that could have been in hand, oh my gosh. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. All right, let's pass back. If they pull another land, they can play the Drake. If they play another land, they go, oh, take this looting. Opponent attacks back to us. My gosh, why? This is so dumb. Okay, and then pass back. And they pass back, okay. All right, pass back. They pass back to us. Oh my god, it's like the Special Olympics. It's okay, I'm autistic. I can say the Special Olympics joke. Okay, this looting. They pass back. It's not looking good. Oh my god, I swear. Oh my gosh. How? Oh my god, this is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. How could Wizards make this deck? This is what I gotta deal with every day when I brew decks. I gotta see this stuff. Oh, we gotta have Damnation too. Oh my god. This is terrible. But it's not over. But no, we can't go down like this. We'll have a rematch.
Defeated, I did what any reasonable person would do. I hunted down our opponent to get revenge via rematch.
Come out, let me beat your ass.
But alas, he would not join my game.
I'm a failure. My mom was right. She should have gone through with the abortion.